Accessible research summary: Sexual self-advocacy. Historically, the sexuality of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD, has been ignored. People often assume people with IDD are not sexual or are sexually deviant. However, people with IDD have the same rights to sexuality as people without disabilities. There is a lack of research focusing on the healthy sexuality of people with IDD. This study explored how people with IDD define and experience sexuality. The researchers were particularly interested in what people with IDD thought about sexual self-advocacy. Sexual self-advocacy is a form of self-advocacy where people with IDD advocate for things that are important to them. 35 people with IDD participated in a research activity called Nominal Group Technique, where they were asked about sexual self-advocacy. After brainstorming, they shared their ideas with the group, and their answers were organized into themes. What is sexual self-advocacy? Being able to make choices about sexuality. Communication, including advocating for myself and others, getting information about sex, relationships, and safety, and healthy relationships, including communication with partners, and mutual respect. Respect. Knowing and respecting myself, respect for others, and making sure people respect my rights. Interdependence. Support each other when practicing sexual self-advocacy. Recommendations about what needs to change. Expanding access to information and sexual health services. Removing barriers like physical inaccessibility of clinics, legal guardianship issues, and professionals that do not treat people with IDD with respect. Educating others, such as doctors, staffs, and guardians, so they can provide respectful support for people with IDD. Increasing access to counseling to talk about feelings related to sexuality. Private space and time to express sexuality in the ways that they want. This Accessible Research Summary Brief series is brought to you by the Institute on Disability and Human Development at University of Illinois at Chicago.